You're making 13 different driving mistakes every single day that are silently destroying your transmission, engine, and suspension, costing you thousands in premature repairs you could easily avoid by changing simple habits. I'm about to expose the exact mistakes that mechanics see destroying cars before 100,000 miles, and most drivers have no idea they're doing anything wrong because nobody ever taught them proper driving technique. After 15 years of diagnosing premature failures and tracking what actually causes expensive breakdowns, I know exactly which habits are killing your car and how to stop them immediately. Hit that subscribe button on Car Care Xpert and turn on notifications, because I expose destructive habits like this every week that save you from expensive repairs. Now let's get into these mistakes. Number 7 is so common that 90% of drivers do it multiple times per day without realizing the damage. Mistake 1. Resting your hand on the shifter. Resting your hand on the gear shifter while driving is destroying your transmission's shift fork and synchronizers through constant pressure that was never designed to be applied during normal operation. When you rest your hand on the shifter, the weight of your arm applies downward pressure that pushes the shift fork against the rotating collar, creating unnecessary friction and wear. Over months and years, this constant pressure wears grooves into the shift fork and damages the synchronizers, leading to grinding during shifts and eventually requiring transmission rebuild. I've torn apart manual transmissions with premature shift fork wear, and it's almost always caused by drivers who habitually rest their hand on the shifter. Keep both hands on the steering wheel except when actively shifting, and your transmission will last twice as long. Mistake 2. Riding the clutch. Keeping your foot on the clutch pedal while driving, even light pressure that doesn't fully engage the clutch, is burning up your clutch disc and throw-out bearing at accelerated rates. Partial clutch engagement creates slippage, where the clutch disc rubs against the flywheel and pressure plate without full contact, generating heat that destroys the friction material. I've seen clutches that should last 100,000 miles fail at 40,000 purely from clutch riding. The throw-out bearing is also taking constant load it wasn't designed for, leading to premature bearing failure. Rest your foot completely off the clutch pedal when not shifting. Mistake 3. Ignoring engine warm-up. Starting your car and immediately driving aggressively before the engine reaches operating temperature is causing catastrophic wear to pistons, rings, and bearings. Cold oil is thick and flows slowly, meaning critical engine components aren't receiving adequate lubrication during the first few minutes of operation. Cold metal also has tighter tolerances, creating increased friction. The majority of engine wear happens during cold starts and the first 5 minutes of driving. Let your engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds, then drive gently until the temperature gauge reaches normal. This simple habit will add 50,000 miles or more to your engine's lifespan. Mistake 4. Hard braking with cold brakes. Aggressively braking before your brake rotors and pads reach operating temperature is warping rotors and glazing pads, creating vibrations and reduced stopping power. Cold brake components can't dissipate heat properly, and sudden hard stops cause thermal shock that warps rotors. I've measured warped rotors on vehicles with less than 20,000 miles purely from aggressive cold braking. Drive the first mile or two gently and avoid hard stops until your brakes have warmed through normal light use. Mistake 5. Running low on fuel regularly. Constantly running your fuel tank below 1/4 full is killing your fuel pump by forcing it to run hotter without adequate fuel for cooling, and you're picking up sediment from the bottom of the tank that clogs fuel filters and injectors. Fuel pumps are cooled by being submerged in gasoline, and when you run low, the pump overheats and fails prematurely. I've replaced fuel pumps on vehicles with 60,000 miles that should have lasted 150,000, and the cause is always running on fumes regularly. Keep your tank above 1/4 full, and your fuel pump will last its full design life. Mistake 6. Accelerating hard in reverse. Backing up aggressively might seem harmless, but you're stressing your transmission's reverse gear, the weakest gear in your transmission that lacks synchros and runs straight cut rather than helical. Reverse gear was designed for slow maneuvering, not aggressive acceleration. Hard reverse acceleration generates massive shock loads that crack reverse gear teeth and damage your transmission case. I've seen reverse gears completely stripped because drivers routinely backed out of parking spots aggressively. Back up slowly and smoothly. Mistake 7. Turning steering wheel while stationary. Turning your steering wheel while your vehicle is completely stopped is destroying your power steering pump, steering rack, and tire tread through excessive friction and heat generation. When stationary, your tires have maximum resistance to turning, forcing your power steering system to generate maximum pressure just to overcome static friction. This creates heat and wear that dramatically shortens power steering component life. I've replaced power steering pumps at 80,000 miles that should have lasted 200,000, and stationary steering is always the culprit. Roll forward slightly before turning your wheels, and your steering system will thank you. Mistake 8. Overloading your vehicle. Regularly exceeding your vehicle's weight capacity is destroying your suspension, transmission, brakes, and tires simultaneously. Every component is engineered for a specific maximum load, and exceeding it creates stress that causes premature failure. I've seen leaf springs crack, transmissions overheat, and brake rotors warp from chronic overloading. Check your door jamb sticker for maximum payload capacity and never exceed it. Mistake 9. Shifting to park before stopping. Shifting into park while your vehicle is still rolling, even at 1 mile per hour, is slamming your parking pawl against the park gear with tremendous force, causing damage that accumulates until catastrophic failure. The parking pawl is a small metal pin designed to lock your transmission when stationary, not to stop a moving vehicle. Come to a complete stop, then shift to park. This saves your transmission from abuse that causes thousands in repair bills. Mistake 10. Driving through deep water. Plowing through deep puddles or flooded roads is hydrolocking your engine, destroying wheel bearings, and damaging electrical systems. Water ingested into your engine through the air intake causes hydrolock. Water doesn't compress like air, so pistons slam into incompressible water and bend connecting rods. I've seen engines totaled from driving through water that seemed harmless. Avoid water deeper than 6 inches, and if you must cross, go slowly to prevent water from splashing into the intake. Mistake 11. Revving cold engine. Revving your engine immediately after cold start, before oil pressure builds and components are lubricated, is causing bearing damage and accelerated wear. Cold thick oil takes several seconds to reach the top of your engine, and aggressive revving before adequate lubrication creates metal-on-metal contact in valve train and bearings. Let your engine idle for at least 30 seconds after cold start before any throttle application. Mistake 12. Hitting potholes at speed. Blasting through potholes without slowing down is destroying your tires, wheels, suspension components, and alignment simultaneously. The impact force from hitting a pothole at 40 miles per hour is equivalent to dropping your vehicle from several feet, creating shock loads that bend wheels, blow out tires, and damage control arms and struts. I've seen wheels cracked beyond repair and suspension components broken from single pothole impacts. Slow down for potholes and road irregularities to minimize impact forces. Mistake 13. Neglecting fluid changes. Ignoring scheduled fluid changes for transmission, differential, brake, and coolant systems is the single biggest cause of premature component failure I see in my shop. Every fluid has a service life, and degraded fluid stops protecting components, leading to accelerated wear and catastrophic failure. Old transmission fluid causes shifting problems and internal damage. Old differential fluid causes gear wear and bearing failure. Old brake fluid absorbs moisture and reduces braking performance. Old coolant becomes acidic and corrodes internal passages. Follow your manufacturer's recommended fluid change intervals religiously, and your car will last twice as long as neglected vehicles. After 15 years of diagnosing premature failures and tracking what actually destroys cars before their time, I can tell you with absolute certainty that these 13 driving mistakes are responsible for the majority of expensive repairs I see on vehicles under 100,000 miles. The good news is every single one of these mistakes is completely avoidable through simple habit changes that cost you nothing but attention and discipline. Stop resting your hand on the shifter, stop riding the clutch, warm up your engine properly, avoid aggressive cold braking, keep fuel above 1/4 tank, back up gently, avoid stationary steering, respect weight limits, come to complete stops before shifting to park, and maintain your fluids on schedule. If this video just saved you from thousands in premature repairs, smash that like button and share it with everyone who drives. Drop a comment telling me which mistake you're guilty of, because recognizing bad habits is the first step to fixing them.